Construction measurements and rates, part 16. I'm responding to this question: how much per ton for steel tying? Before I answer the question as it relates to rates, I want to clarify a misunderstanding around what a ton actually represents. Because if you really don't know what a ton is, then applying the rate is going to cause some confusion, because the rates are given in kilogram and pound. So first you have to know what really is a ton, and then you'll know how the rate will affect the ton. So that is why you have many people charging different rates for a ton of steel. Well, obviously there are going to be different rates, but some rates are reasonable, some look ridiculous. So we want to clarify this part of it before I give the rates. Also, in response to a previous video that I did, when I did some spelling check, I was reprimanded as that it was not an English class, so I should just run the rates. Well, I'm going to do it how I feel I want to disseminate the content. I am no English master. We come from Patois just like everybody else, but we ought to know the two languages. We need to be able to master both. So in this case, ton is not the ton that we use in metric for the metric system. The ton that we use in the metric system is tonne. So there are two separate things, and therefore I'm going to point it out. It makes no sense. I'm giving the information and overlooking the errors, because that will cause another confusion, because there are two different things. Ton is US ton, which is a different mass as against the metric ton, which is tonne, which is a different mass. So you will be applying rates to two different things altogether. So let us get that cleared, and then we can move on. So what is a ton as it relates to metric ton, which is what we use in Jamaica, which is a tonne? A ton is really 1,000 kilograms. And because we actually give our rates in metric, steelwork is actually priced in kilograms, or in the imperial value it would be pounds. So 1,000 kilograms equals 2,204.6 pounds, and that is what you're applying your rates to. So now that you get that out of the way, I can give you the rates. For the general tying of steel, your main bars and so, they are given in kilograms or pounds, and then you have the stirrups, the links, and all the other bending that you have to do are given in dozens. So for example, let me give you the rate for all the main bars are the same rate per kilogram or per pound, because that's the mass, so it doesn't change. So the main bars are $30 per pound or $67 per kilogram. These are suggested rates. Remember, don't come for me. I'm just providing the rates, and as I say, you're free to charge your own rates. These are just guidelines. These are suggested rates, the minimum wage if you want to call it. So $30 per pound or $67 per kilogram. So that will apply to all main bars, which will be 3/8, ½ inch, 5/8, 3/4, 1 inch. Okay. For the stirrups, the rates are determined by the size of the stirrup. The bigger the diameter of the bar, it's the harder for it to bend. So 1/4 inch stirrups are $699 per dozen, and 3/8 stirrups $734 per dozen, ½ inch stirrups $1,048 per dozen, 1/4 inch links $564 per dozen, 3/8 links $638 per dozen, ½ inch links $947 per dozen, 3/8 chairs $612 per dozen, half-inch chairs, $917 per dozen. We have high tensile steel bars as well. I don't think that for domestic purpose you'll be using those, so I'll leave those out. So that is generally what it is. If you were to apply $67 per kilogram to 1,000 kilograms, then it would work out to $67,000 per 1,000 kilograms, which is a ton. So that's $67,000. That's the suggested rates. Or $30 per pound multiplied by 2,204 pounds, rounding off, and that will come very close to the $67,000 as well. So you can determine how you want to charge around that, but that's the suggested rate and that's the guide. I've taken up the subscription. I'll be providing more teaching there. I'll do subscribers only videos for things that I want to pass on for those who want to know. So you can go and subscribe to my community, and I will also do lives for subscribers only. When I do a live, generally I'll also send out a link so that you can subscribe. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.